Okay, what's coming in for you, lovely Sagittarius? What do we need to know? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watchers. Everybody is welcome. Oof, hang on. Your 2 overall energy cards. We are going to look at love life. We're going to look at your work life, career, destiny, any messages that come up. I thought we had got rid of this. This was coming up for you in 2023. We've got the King of Swords. This person is not particularly your person. It can be, for a few of you, it can be if you're in a relationship with somebody who finds it difficult to express themselves. It's just not you. That isn't going to be you finding it difficult to express yourself, because it just isn't the feel of a Sagittarius to be the King of Swords. Just isn't the feel. It's got that element of difficulty about it. King of Swords, on a good day, somebody who's intellectually fun. They're kind of a puzzle. They can be quite tantalizing or exciting to you. It can also represent somebody at work who is very, very, very organized, you know, who is very by the book, who wonders, because I don't know any Sagittarians. I know Sagittarians that are organized, but not because they're by the book. You know, it's a fly by the seat of your pants thing. You're mutable. You have that Jupiter energy, the luck, that means you can kind of move around in a feeling state and most likely hit the ground running when you need to. You've got good cosmic timing as a Sagittarius that other signs look at and think, why does it work for them and they're not working it all out on a spreadsheet or doing X, Y, or Z? Why? And for some people, they don't get your method of doing things. If this is to do with work, and we're going to look at work first and then we look at your love life. If this is to do with work, I don't know if you are going to want to stay where you are. I can't obviously, you know, it's your decision what you're going to do, but I just feel that the feeling of restriction and, you know, somebody watching over you, sort of assessing and watching and picking and what about this and what about that, that feeling may push you away from somewhere that you might not really, it might not be the ideal time for you to leave. And that could leave you, and has before. This could have all come up in 2023 and gone away again, and now it's coming up again, because I had for the last 2 or 3 months had the feeling in your reading that you were moving away from all that, and maybe you were, but this person may have just like loomed back into the picture. Nice. You got 2 choices with this kind of situation, because the other card you've got is the 5 of Pentacles, and this again is a card of moving away from a comfort zone, from a source of income, because we've got those 5 Pentacles shining away in the background. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, there's a pentagram, and I've never noticed that. And I don't know, the number 5 is a number of disruption and loss. Now, whenever there's going to be a great change in your life, and I suspect that this great change is a bit of a groundswell that's been trying to happen, and you've been feeling it, and you've been thinking to yourself, or as a Saggy, you've been feeling to yourself, I need, not now, you know, just not now. It's like a kid tugging on your hair and going, Mum, and you're like, in a minute. Because so many things need your attention at the moment. And I get that, but I feel like in the next few weeks, this is going to become the knock you can't ignore. You know, it's a knock on your door that you can't ignore. And we rhymed. Always makes me want to do the dad at the wedding dance. We rhymed. The knock on the door that you can't ignore. Okay, enough of that, Gemma. We're not at the disco now. So, quite a sobering start. Let's look at work, then we'll look at love. We'll ignore that for now. And then there will be an extended reading, as there is every month. So if you get to the end of the work and the love and everything else and you think, yeah, I'm into this, we will take it further. In the extended reading, we do another love reading, sometimes from scratch. Sometimes we take just the cards that came up, depends what comes up. And we ask, how do they feel about you? We go digging, we channel messages from your person, and we say, what do we do next? So if you want that, it will be the first link in the description box. Okay, work. Worky, worky, work works. Okay, not too shabby. Good. Ready to unblock your toilet using a salamander or whatever that mini dragon is on his head. God, with the thing down. We got the lovely Knight of Wands. That's nice actually for you. Right, so in work, something takes on a sense of passion and urgency. There may be something you particularly want to do at your work. There may be something you particularly don't want to do at your work. You're going to have this feeling of, yeah, I really shouldn't be doing this, or I really want to do that. And that might be something that's like a different job. Like, I really want to do that other job in another place in another town. It feels as though something that you may have been able to have just chugged on with now becomes more obvious. You feel it, you're tapping into it. What can you do? You've caught the feels, okay? Next is we have the Queen of Swords. Now, you've got two choices in the job sitch, okay? Because, and let me show you the cards on the table and hope I haven't got a pair of pants on the floor. No, we're all good, I think. Cool. So, if we're looking at these cards here, let me just, God, there goes my knee and my hip. Snap, crackle and pop. Okay. Got these cards on the table here, right? We've got these two. These two are counterparts. So, in your worky work situation, you can take a, if I can't beat them, I'll join them attitude if you want to. If you have to stay, if you can't leave, or maybe you don't want to leave, you know, because some of you may not want to leave, then you need to become meticulous. This is why I'm wondering how long you're going to do that for, because Sagittarians, you're not really here to be meticulous. Some of you might be. You might have heavy Virgo in your chart, or Scorpio or something. But in general, you're here to add to the creativity. And the way that you normally do things is by following your nose. And occasionally you'll blunder in the wrong direction, but Sagittarians are a fire sign, so you don't really mind that. Sometimes that can be really interesting too. So, the Queen of Swords meets the King of Swords. If there is something you need to get done, or you need that job for another year or another whatever, or you actually like it, become like the King of Swords. Meet them at their own game. Not beat them, but meet them. Make sure you've got all the details here, all the details that you need, because they are going to pull that on you at some point. They are going to say, you know, that whole thing, if you've got that boss and you don't know if they do it deliberately or not, but they go, I'm going to need like those 10,000 files going back to 1066, and I need them all annotated and in date order. Know what they're going to need, anticipate it and get in there first. But also know your own worth, because the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Boundaries. And boundaries of course are related to self-worth. And normally Saggies have pretty good self-worth, which people don't always like them for, but you do. But this is a whole new level of getting granular about your self-worth. You know, down to the last, I'd love to, but I can't, you know. Then we have the Knight of Cups over here. Very, very nice to have the Knight of Cups, because this is an offer coming in about something you do love. So you could blunder into something here that is something you're going to have a real heartfelt feel about, rather than just, you know I should be doing this, I know I ought to be doing that. You're actually going to want to do something from the heart, something that means something to you, something that you feel you're making a difference, or you feel that you're following a creative line. And then he bumps straight into the Page of Pentacles. Because you have the Knight of Wands here as well, it feels like you're going to get excited about this and you're going to want things to move really quickly, and it's not going to be able to move really quickly, and perhaps it shouldn't move really quickly, because we've got the Page of Pentacles just saying to us everything is seasonal, everything in its time, everything in its place. Okay, so it's a choice really. You either follow the passion and the creativity, and you will be rewarded for that. There is a gift, there is some kind of situation coming up. You will probably veer into something you love, or you follow the order and you follow, you toe the line really. But that could still lead you to something gifted to you, which may be more freedom once you've got past this. Okay. Either way, it's quite a nice looking. It's a bit of a struggle, but the end looks nice. Okay. The end looks like it might lead to freedom, creative freedom, which for a Saggy is very important. Okay, love life. Well, that's nice. You get Temperance. Temperance is obviously the Sagittarian card, so we like this a lot. It feels quite even, it feels quite happy, it feels quite equal as far as anything ever is equal, because nothing ever is completely equal, but it feels like there's more equality than there was. It feels like you may be heading for, let's have a look at the rest of the cards. Oh yes. Look at this. Sorry, my microphone is tickling my ankle. Oh my God. Okay, I'm starting to really pay attention to this. I knew that was going to be another major. Okay. Oh, hello. Just dropped a load of cards on the floor. Okay, top card is yours. Wheel. You got 5 majors in a row. 6. Okay, well this is a story, isn't it? By gum. I'm going to just do that so you can see them all. I'm going to shove them up there a little bit as well. We're going to zoom in. We're going to zoom. Okay. I'm declaring what I call spiritual big jobs here on your love life. This is a bit of a game changer. We've got Temperance, which is you. You're standing right here. You are in your power in your love life because we've got the Strength card, okay? You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you're moving into a position of knowledge. And it feels like you're very authentic here. Like it's very, very you, which is how you like it. That's like a romantic freedom. Then it feels we've got the Tower coming in, which is something unexpected, I think. It could be a change in the power dynamic. These cards are quite yin. They're destiny focused. They're feminine energy, most part. Because we've got Strength, we've got Temperance, and we've got the High Priestess, which is 3 of the female archetypes. The Tower and the Wheel are destiny, and the Hermit is ultimately, some of you might be dealing with a Virgo because that's the Virgo card. but also the Hermit card is the card of having to work something out on your own, which is weird in a love reading. Okay, it might not be weird to some of you because you might be thinking, yeah, I know what that is. Having to work something out on your own. Wheel of Fortune, that's another destiny card, and I like the look of that. There's a change in your relationship here. So those of you in an existing relationship, there is a power balance shift. We've got the High Priestess, which is you when you're at your most kind of witchy and perceptive. Same as Temperance and Strength. Some of you might, in your relationship, need to lay down the law a bit. And I don't really mean that in a kind of, I'm telling you what's what and here we go. I mean it more in a, I cannot help but feel this and I need to express it to you. I need things to go in X or Y direction, and you might not before have realised that. Let's take a couple more cards. God. Pay attention. I know this sounds really glib, but pay attention to your intuition when it comes to your relationships. Because, do you remember I said, you know, I can't remember how I said it, but it rhymed. You can't ignore the door anymore, or whatever it is. They knock on the door. I feel like you're getting a knock on the relationship door as well. And much as you might want to ignore that, I don't think you can. Yeah, look, I'm getting in the shuffle, oh God, wrong one, 10 of Wands with the Ace of Swords, which is an overload situation with an epiphany situation. Okay, and I'm putting those into the reading because I feel like they belong. You are going to suddenly feel like you must say or do X, Y, or Z. And you may have to present this to the other person. For those of you that are single, you could meet somebody, but they're also very single. I'm going to take a couple more cards first. Oh my God. The Lovers and the Four of, yeah. You can meet someone you feel like you've known for the whole of your life. You know? Like that kind of love at first sight vibe, which I do not normally deal in. But I have to say it because that's what I'm getting. So for some of you, you might be in a relationship already and you meet someone else. That's, you know, it could be. For others of you, you may be in like a situationship that you've been quite happy with, but now you need it to move along. You need it to either end or you need it to completely begin. There's no half measures in your love life at the moment. We've got the Four of Wands turning to the Eight of Wands, which is glorious. The Lovers is the choice, so you have to make a choice, but your choice will not be long and slow and deliberate. It will be, I've had too much of this, therefore I need this. That's it, no discussion. The Lovers, a choice, you're at a crossroads. The Four of Wands, moving to the Eight, a doubling of beautiful energy here. It's the right thing to do. And only you can do it. And this is a communication here. You may hear from somebody with joyous news in your love life as well, which I really, really like. But either way, it's disturbing, and even good can be disturbing because it's a bit life-changing, this. You've got so many majors, so you can go from single to virtually I can't live without you in days or weeks, I know. Or a relationship that has gone along in a certain way is going to change. You go into a different gear or you leave it behind. Wow. It's never normally that simple a reading, but that is. I'm going to go do your extended reading, and I am definitely going to clarify all of these at the bottom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm going to get another deck out, and I said deck, and we're going to clarify these cards, and we're going to dig. We are going to dig. So go refresh your drink, put some elasticated trousers on. It's the first link in the description box, and I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.